going to be like? What do you guys expect going against a Mike Vrabel coach team, and how cool is it for you to, after spending so much time throughout your career with him and last year and everything, to go up against him?
Yeah, I mean, Mike has really been I would say, a guy that I've looked up to since I was a rookie, both as a player and now as a coach. Really good relationship with Mike. Have learned a lot from him and continue to learn from him a lot. Um, you know, have gone against him quite a bit. Obviously, when he was in Tennessee and I was in Indy, he does a really good job with his team. I mean, Mike Vrabel is what football is all about. It's always going to be a team that is hardworking, physical, disciplined, smart. Um, and that's pretty much how they operate on all three of their units.
Touted you for a head coaching opportunity someday. I know how much you guys respect each other. So what was it like to hear something like that from him?
Um, I just think that I just have so much respect for him and how he's really just like the same guy all the time, regardless of what's going on, player, coach. Um, he sets an example for how things are supposed to be done. Like, I just remember times like whenever we were back in New England and he's taking every rep defensively in practice, and then he'd come over and run scout team free safety, and he'd play on special teams, and I'm playing wing on punt, and he's lined up at tackle in his like 10th season in the NFL, in the season where he actually made the Pro Bowl. So just stuff like that. I mean, you just respect a guy that's willing to do anything for the team, and he's obviously a tremendous coach.
I mean, you said you've learned a lot from Mike. Is there one thing in particular that you've kind of become like a central tenet for you that's from some of those lessons you learned from?
I honestly think it's just be true to who you are, honestly, and I think people respect that. I think that the hard work and the toughness, both physically and mentally, that he's shown throughout his career, both as a player and as a coach, he really is a true. I mean, he and Brewski were the two guys that I learned so much from up there. Rodney Harrison as well, but him and Brew, just like they were like coaches on the field. So just being able to see that at a young age and just take that with me throughout the rest of my career.
What did he bring to you guys here last year? Didn't he leave some of that mark on the Browns?
Well, I think that that's the thing with Mike is like he sets that example. Like, he's willing to do anything. Like, last year he comes here in that like quote consultant role. He's really helping out the offense, and he's running the scout team punt return unit for me and helping me coach the half line punt. So just, and putting on the whatever the pad is where guys are learning and developing how to strike on punts, stuff like that. You just don't see people do that.
When you go up against a team like the Patriots that have two rookies in their placement team, does that give you any more reason to study and focus to see if there's an edge you can make on those snaps?
Yeah, the kicker's done a nice job. Obviously looked at the snapper in the pre-draft process. Both of those guys have done a nice job to this point. Look, the guy that is a huge problem is 41 Schooler. That guy is everywhere. He's the best in the league. It's crazy. So they go from having the best special teamer in NFL history and Matt Slater, who should be a first ballot Hall of Famer, to that now they have the next best special teamer in the league in Brendan Schooler.
This past week, just what did you think of that play Grant had to punch the ball out and obviously Rayshon recovering it too?
I think in the game it was a big shift in momentum. Not that we didn't have the momentum at the time, but it just gave us even more momentum. So it's 10-3, we're kicking off, forced the fumble, and able to, go down and convert and score a touchdown. Now you're up 2 scores and 17-3. It just gave us a lot of momentum in the game.
A guy like Grant, though, who he talked about how meaningful special teams
Yeah.
is. I mean, he's a vet in that room, but
We've gotten good contributions from guys like Grant. Starters just willing to do anything it takes. Him and Jank really. Devin Bush has done a good job for us. So credit to those guys that are selfless and doing anything they can to help our team out.
Going off of that, Grant also said that he takes pride in not only special teams, but also making plays for a coach like you. How have you, built that relationship with all those guys on special teams? How important is that to you?
Yeah, when you say that, I kind of get chills a little bit, honestly, because I feel like, I think that that's like the most important part about my job is being able to build relationships and develop players and see their development over their careers. I know I've said that before, but you know, having a relationship outside of football, getting to know these guys. Like I see Grant's mom at every game. I'm always like saying hi to her whenever she's on the sideline pregame, stuff like that. So he's a special kid and he's a really good football player.
That development factor. You have your hands in so many rookies getting special teams work and things like that. To have a guy like Grant, a veteran, what does that do in shaping and helping the development of the younger guys who are watching him along the way?
Yeah, I mean it parallels what I was just talking about with Vrabes. How at a young age you're seeing a guy that's in his I don't even know what year this is for Grant, probably like his 5th or 6th, 7th, whatever it is. You're seeing a guy that is a defensive starter that's a Pro Bowl caliber like player at his position, factoring, for us in multiple phases. A young guy, young undrafted guy, what he's going to see Grant Delpit setting the example and just be like, wow, this guy's willing to do anything it takes. So you just get that, and it just trickles on down.
Kicking in that stadium or playing in that stadium because you've been there
Yeah.
and played many times before? Has it changed any since they closed that up?
To my recollection, probably hasn't changed a ton. It's a tough place to kick. The weather's never good there. It looks like the weather might be decent for our game, but who knows? We just played in some weather and some elements this past weekend, so I think that was a good thing for us.
Rayshawn, what impact have you seen him have, whether it's in your unit or just overall across the team and on that defense?
Yeah, I think. Well, the thing with Rayshawn is he's a true professional. He really is. He's been in the league a long time. He played in college. He played a lot in the kicking game, so he's familiar with those techniques and he's done it for quite a while. The thing also with him is he's a super smart kid, and he can play a lot of different things because he is physical and he's got good size, so he can match up against bigger body types at times. But like I said, guys like that, he and Grant, they're just whatever you ask them to do, they're willing to do it.